What's up, y'all? Welcome back to the Let's Get It Gaming News with your boy Joe. We have 8 stories on the list today. I know it's a chunky boy, but these are all the news stories that have dropped from as of Friday, April. What was Friday? These are all the stories that have dropped as far as Friday, April 19th, Saturday the 20th, and Sunday the 21st. So it's a little chunky, but I promise it is worth the time to watch. Out of those 8, I have 4, which are just general good stories, in my opinion, and 3, which are honorable mentions. So let's jump in, and let's get it going with story number 1. Little Big Planet 3 servers are officially shut down indefinitely, Sony confirms. For all you Sackboy fans, I apologize for the sad news. This is on IGN by Michael Kripp. I'm going to be terrible at pronouncing these names. We'll get there eventually, one day. Probably not today, but one day. Sony has confirmed that Little Big Planet 3 servers on PlayStation 4 will remain offline indefinitely following troubles with the service from earlier this year. The company updated fans on the bad news in an update on its website via delisted games, explaining that the temporary service shutdown in January will now be in effect for the foreseeable future. Its decision that means millions of user-generated levels will no longer be accessible to new players. Sony cites ongoing technical issues as the reason for its choice to discontinue support. Creation content that has been stored on players' devices locally can still be accessed, with users also still free to create content and play it while disconnected from the service. PlayStation also guides Little Big Planet fans to online features should they wish to continue playing in some form. So, like I said, that's unfortunate. I was never big into Little Big Planet, but it sounds like they are having issues with it, and maybe it'll be for the better. And who knows? Maybe it will come back at a later date. All right, let's jump into story number 2 from RGN, coming from IGN, another one by Michael Kripp. Silent Hill 2 remakes, main character seemingly redesigned, and fans are actually pretty happy. It looks like publisher Konami and developer Bloober Team have redesigned the main character in the Silent Hill 2 remake, and fans are taking the news pretty well. Some Silent Hill fans took notice of the change thanks to an update to the project's Steam page via SteamDB. It changed the Steam icon, revealing the look of its lead, James Sunderland. The lines up closer with his original 2001 design. Bloober hasn't officially spoken about the change to the character but the new image does appear to be completely new, signaling that this may indeed be what James looks like in Silent Hill 2 Remake. It's worth noting that the image can only be found as part of the new update, and its public Steam page still features the same James that we got when the project was revealed in 2022. So yeah, I don't know. I mean, I guess if you guys are big and caring about how character models look, I personally, again, another game I haven't really ever played, but looking forward to jumping into with the remake and whatnot. So it looks like it will be no big deal to me and no big deal to all of you other beautiful, beautiful fans out there. All right, let's jump into story number 3. This comes from GameSpot by George Yang. The Wolf Among Us 2 is still in production this year despite layoffs, new images reveal. New images from the Wolf Among Us 2 have been released, confirming that Telltale's Games is still working on the game despite it being announced back in 2019. On the Telltale community forum, the developer showed off 4 new screenshots from the Wolf Among Us 2, saying we've been quite quiet because we've been heads down focusing on the promise of the Telltale's Wolf Among Us 2. While we can't get a big update yet, here's a little something for you in progress shots from the current build. That work continues, and the Fabletown gang will be back once in the shot of a snowy city with a person standing on the rooftop, presumably the protagonist, Bigby Wolf. A second screenshot shows Bigby's face as he's seemingly talking to someone, and a third screenshot shows the character sitting down to have a conversation. The fourth screenshot simply shows Bigby walking around in the kitchen. You can see them rounded up by Jeff Keighley below. So here, I'm gonna put this on there so you guys could check her out. Give me 1 second. All right, so for you guys to see what this looks like, here is what we have for y'all. So as you can see, here's the little pictures we got from our boy Jeff Keighley. Gotta love him. That's the snowy rooftop with someone standing on it. That's Bigsby talking to us, an individual. There's another angry Bigsby. And that's Bigsby walking through a kitchen. So, not too crazy, not too amazing, but hey, I'm looking forward to it. I actually am going to play Wolf Among Us on the channel soon. So, if y'all are interested, be sure to check that one out. But let's get back to story number 4. What do I have for story number 4? I don't even know. So that's the Wolf Among Us. All right, story number 4. This comes from Kotaku by Ethan Gotch. City Skylines 2 botches beachfront DLC so badly players are getting their money back. Honestly, I actually never played. That's not true. I've played City Skylines and I actually wanted to play it on the channel. I just don't know what's the best format to play it in. If it's better being played on a stream or whatnot. But whatever. The makers of City Skylines 2 have pledged to focus on fixing the base game after fans revolted against the disappointing paid DLC that the $10 beachfront properties pack scored a stunning 96% negative rating in Steam reviews, and now the companies behind the urban planning sims have apologized, promises refunds for the latest paid content, and announced its advisory meeting with high-profile players to chat Skylines 2 redemption course. To chart, not chat. So yeah, I don't know if you guys are a fan of City Skylines. Like I said, I played it a little bit. I enjoyed it. I wanted to give more time to it, but it just kind of fell off. So that is what it is. Hopefully you get your money back if you bought it. Hopefully you guys will enjoy if it comes better next time. All right, story number, what am I at? 5? Yeah, story number 5. Also comes from Kotaku by Levi Winslow. Report: Microsoft cancels Blizzard's survival game amid layoffs. Man, these layoffs are crazy. Microsoft slashes nearly 2,000 jobs across its gaming division on January 25th, impacting staff at Activision, Blizzard, ZeniMax, and Xbox. And now we've learned that an in-development survival game from Blizzard, codenamed Odyssey, has been canceled, and most of the teams working on the game were let go. In a statement to Bloomberg on January 25th, Blizzard spokesperson Andrew Reynolds said Odyssey's development has ended so that the company can focus on projects that hold the more promise for future growth. While Bloomberg's Jason Schreier noted that most of the team had been laid off, Reynolds countered that some of the people on the team would be moved over to other projects. Many of the folks who did work on the game, which has been in development for 6 years, took to Twitter to deliver the unfortunate news that they've been let go. What was Odyssey? I don't know what this game was. Let's see if they have anything on. Odyssey begins in 2017 as a pitch by Blizzard veteran of almost 20 years, Craig Amy. Blizzard apparently bet big on the project, building out a team to over 100 people to work on it, but everything remained a mystery until January 2022. In a short blog post, the company announced the game, stating it was in a whole new universe and posted job openings for roles in art, design, and programming. One of the Odyssey's main roadblocks was the engine. The project was prototyped in Unreal Engine, but according to Bloomberg, Blizzard executives wanted the team to use a different one that would support the ambition plan of having 100 players in the game world at once, and Unreal couldn't handle that, so in came Synapse, an internal engine the company had developed for mobile games. The engine came with a host of problems, prompting artists to continue working in Unreal despite knowing the work would get scrapped anyways because of the switch to Synapse, leading to wasted assets and time. Damn. So, I mean, that's unfortunate. It doesn't really say what the game was going to be about, but I don't know. I mean, it might be for the best considering it was going through that many struggles. It sucks that people got laid off, but as I said in another video, unfortunately, it's kind of how the industry is going right now. as these bigger companies swallow up other companies, especially the size of Activision, like Xbox did. I mean, they gotta weed through the assets, right? You can't support that many people, as unfortunate as it is, without taking a huge financial hit. So they have to cut down and try and figure out ways to cut costs, which not advocating for it. I'm not saying it's a good thing, but these are all the things that happens every time a developer gets bought up. I mean, it's just the unfortunate thing that happens all the time, and I don't know if there's a way to fix it. There is a way to fix it. Stop buying up publishers, but that is news for another story. That didn't make sense. That is news for another day. All right, let's move on to story number 5, or I honorable mention number 1, which is the amazing upcoming games that make Xbox, PlayStation, and Nintendo's 2024 so much more interesting. I actually saw this, and I meant to put this up, but I didn't, unfortunately. Listen, it's basically a bunch of more indies. They look cool. Go check it out on IGN. This is an IGN article by Rebecca Valentine. I don't know why I couldn't read that name. But there's a bunch of little indies on here. They look fun. They look cool. They look quirky. They look worth the time to play and check out. So if you guys want to see the trailers for all these, go to IGN and search the story, the amazing upcoming games that make Xbox, PlayStation, and Nintendo's 2020. You know what? Maybe I'll link the story. I'll link this article in the description below, because this is cool and I love seeing new little games pop up and to give some attention to them. All right. And our last honorable mention, I apparently only had 7, not 8, whatever. Like I said, we're still figuring this out. Don't hate me. But story number 7, honorable mention number 2. Microsoft games are having a major moment on the PS5 bestseller charts. This is coming to us by GameSpot, by Cameron Koch again. Microsoft courted controversy earlier this year when it announced that it would start bringing formally Xbox console exclusive titles to PlayStation, but if the current PSN charts are anything to go by, this strategy seems to be working. A look at the PSN charts for the top 25 best-selling games on PlayStation 5 total revealed that 7 of the 25 games were owned by Microsoft. Those games, unsurprisingly, include giants like Call of Duty and Minecraft, which have long been available on Sony platforms, but also 2 of the 4 games that Microsoft recently announced would make the jump to Sony's platform, Grounded and Sea of Thieves. Grounded released earlier this week, with Sea of Thieves launches on PlayStation April 30th. So that's pretty cool. I know a lot of people are kind of worried about how that was all going to play out with Microsoft, and are they not even going to have exclusivity anymore? But obviously we had a press conference where they talked about it, and yeah, honestly, the more places to play games, the better, in my opinion. I love it. I didn't enjoy Grounded. I played it on Game Pass. But maybe I'll jump into it if it's on PS5. Maybe I'll get back into it. I don't know. Maybe it'll be a future video. You have to come back and check out that then. I don't know if that really made any sense. I don't care. I might cut that out. All right. That is going to do it for today's daily news. We had a lot of interesting stories, a lot of fun things. I'm still trying to figure this whole format out. I apologize. It's kind of everywhere. It's kind of messy. I'm kind of messing around, shut off. That didn't make sense. That wasn't English. I apologize. But yeah, I'm kind of messing things up. I'm still trying to figure out the format. As I said, I'm still trying to work out intros and outros and layouts and blah, 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 all that fun stuff. But if you enjoy the content that I'm giving you as of right now, hit that like, give me that subscribe, hit that little notification, leave a comment down below if anything I could do that you think I need to improve on, and I will catch y'all in the next one. Peace.